the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
Hell yeah. High
Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man. Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her.
What the fuck?
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches.
Folks, what is going on? Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. This is After Further Review, episode 265. I am your co-host, Jalen Brown.
I am Malin Dennis.
I'm your other great co-host, Nestor.
I'm your other co-host, June Buckspade.
And like Moses leading his people to the promised land, it is G Money leading all our viewers to happiness and a big payday.
There you go.
Kept it relatively simple. On that
Jalen.
one.
Jalen, are you staying in a bed and breakfast? What's going on there?
Bed. Well, I guess technically bed and breakfast, sure.
I like the fort. It's very Victorian there.
Victoria.
Listen, did you see what I was talking about?
It doesn't look like it's not. Jalen's not surrounded by all his plants, so it's a little different.
This is my new
3
Discord
dots.
background. My virtual
3 dots.
Discord background.
Oh,
It's very realistic. Folks, we are coming at you in the second half of the Thursday night game between the Cowboys and the Lions. In case you thought that, things were sweet, they're not. We're still going to take a cheers to start off our show, even though the game is halfway through. Show is just getting kicked off, so cheers.
Hold on, I still want sponsors. There we go.
So, we're going to run through our show kind of like normally here, just minus the break because we're on the other side of the break. But as we currently sit here, the score is 27-16, Detroit. And we'll just quick thoughts from the only Cowboy fan here. June, what are your really thoughts here? CD is seemingly out, by the way.
CD is probably out, yeah, and it looks like we got too many penalties. We're giving them too much cushion on the outside, and Jahmyr Gibbs is having the game of his life. He's rushing great, and he's catching the ball at the backfield great. So we're not tackling really well right now. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is right now. But there's still still got a chip, chair, and a prayer, as they say.
A lot more optimistic than what it was 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
Now that we're alive, the attitude has changed slightly.
When it was 27-9, it was a little different.
It was.
All right.
We're trying to talk him off the ledge.
He's about to jump right off that building. He's at right now.
Oh, yes, boy. Mm-hmm.
Let's
You just
get
don't
into our recap for the week. As the Cowboys still trying to find an answer for Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's start off with the last game that was here on Amazon Prime. On Friday, we had the Bears and the Eagles, where the Bears pulled off an upset 24-15, where I believe all of us took the Bears in the points in the ride or die in 5. So I don't think this completely surprised any of us. But I was just overjoyed to see the overall outcome of this. Another game where the Philly offense looked completely dumbfounded. And G-Money, I want to start with you. What do you think of this game here?
It's not surprising with the Eagles. It seems that they haven't gelled on an offensive identity. And the defense is not playing well at all. If they can't get a rush from their down 4, then their corners can't cover. They've got good safeties, but that doesn't help you any if your corners can't cover, because that means your safety is making a tackle 20 to 30 yards downfield. And you just look at Philadelphia, and it kind of reminds you of a few years back when they went to the Super Bowl. They lost, and they lost their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator to head coaching positions. You see the same thing here, where they lost their offensive coordinator, and they promoted their passing game coordinator, which I tend to think is an issue because they're not running the ball as much as they should. Because it doesn't matter how many yards you get when you rush. It's the fact that you continue to run the ball, and that makes the defense have to play that. So your play action works better. And when you've got a back like Saquon Barkley in the backfield and you don't run the ball at least 20 times, that's just not good. Quite frankly, I do not think at this moment that Philadelphia will make the playoffs. I just don't think they're that good of a team to do it.
And I ain't mad at it. June?
Yeah, I think that right now what we're seeing with the Philadelphia Eagles is a team struggling to find an identity. And it's either you're a running team or you're a passing team. And G Money hit it on the head. When you lose your offensive coordinator who put together such a spectacular year for you to be so successful, and then you got a guy coming in, they're not going to do the same thing. They are going, because they want to make their own identity. Kevin Petula is like, yeah, I got Saquon Barkley. I'm going to use him in my fashion. He said, I'm not going to do what, the guy did last year, because he's not trying to be the guy last year. He's trying to be his own guy. So that's what you're going to get. And these are growing pains. But unfortunately for him, with all the talent, they cannot keep up with what he's actually trying to do. And that's unfortunate for him. And you're trying to make your quarterback, Jalen Hurts, do stuff that he's not used to. And you're putting the onus way too much on him. And it's just not working. You're going to have to, at some point, get back to basics. And that basics is, and I know G Money said 20, I'm talking about 25 to 30 times a game. You're going to have to hand the ball off. Maybe not just to Saquon, but to both and maybe three backs at this point in time. I see that A.J. Brown is being, for me, A.J. Brown's being force-fed the ball, and it's kind of hurting the rest of the team. Because now, when you want to go back to the rest of the team, the ball is either coming out bad or they're not catching the ball. So they're going to have to do something, or this season is going to slip away from them real quick. So that's my take on the Eagles.
What's up, man? Okay, first of all, I hate that he's
God.
Oh yeah, it is my turn. Okay, so let me. Okay, I'll answer this real quick, and then I'll talk about that. I would go more with the Seahawks at the moment is an unproven playoff team, because Mike McDonald, being with John Harbaugh and the Ravens, I think sets them up well. We have more players that have been to the playoffs more recently on our roster than the Patriots have, even though they haven't made it with our roster. And Sam Darnold is we don't know what we're going to get out of Sam Darnold once the end of the season comes. Week 17 could, by all intents and purposes, be for the division if the Niners keep winning and we keep winning. But I would give the edge to Seattle a little bit right now, just because I think defense wins more in the playoffs an offense does, and I think our defense is rolling just a little bit better. But I mean, if you're talking like 55-45 kind of a deal with me right now with the way I think about it. In regards to the Eagles, man, if that's really what Petula's doing, June, and he's like, we don't have an identity because I want to do my own thing, then he should be tarred and feathered. Um, your identity should be what won you a Super Bowl last year, and 13 carries at Saquon Barkley did not win you a Super Bowl last year. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't try to reinvent the wheel. Where would we be if someone had a perfectly round wheel and then thousands of years ago someone was like, you know what? If it was an octagon, that'd be a sweet ride. Um, you don't change shit that works.
Hmm.
And that was working with the Eagles. And how many times do the Eagles have to lose when AJ Brown is having a great game? This is what, 2 in a row where he's caught like 8 or 10 passes, 100-something yards, touchdown, 2 touchdowns, and they lose. Why? Because your bell cow of the offense is not getting stuff done. Um, I I'm glad that the Eagles are losing. I think it's great for America, to be honest with you. I think it's perfect. Uh, I love the Chicago story. I got to be honest with you.
Right.
9-3 is a crazy stat for the Bears. Who would have thought that Ben Johnson would have been 2 games better than Campbell right now? And the Lions. My only concern with the Bears is like is uh is is freaking Williams. Is he ever gonna complete 60% of his passes? Like, I don't know. Like, he's not turning the ball over, but he's not completing at a high rate. Like, how many times does a quarterback complete less than 60% of his passes, yet have damn near like no interceptions? Like, I think he only has like 5 or 6 on the year. So he's not turning it over, but he stalls the offense when you're hitting under 60% completion. And you're not always going to get 281 yards rushing out of 2 running backs. So
Yeah.
they need to figure out the passing game. They got the running game going. But yeah, Eagles, yeah, go fuck yourselves.
Mhm. Mhm.
Good for America.
That's direct. Millen in the chat says, "Love June's live reactions."
I know. It's like,
Go ahead, Nestor.
Um, if you were to look at a serious Eagles fan, I know they exist, analysis of the game, they have so much to work with. They have too much um to review. There's so many holes in this Eagles team on both sides of the ball. You got guys now that can't block. Um, Calcaterra is having issues blocking. That goes back to the coaching. Um, Kevin Patulo isn't doing a great job. I think he had his house egged or something. Um, the defense is bad. I honestly thought that at this point they would get this team back to winning football games, but also being less sloppy. They're not. They haven't fixed any of the issues. Um, I would not be surprised if they get to the playoffs and they do absolutely nothing. It's just it hasn't been good. Now for the Bears, it is crazy the impact Ben Johnson has had on this team. Give them credit, all the moves they did in the summer, how that defense was looking preseason. Um, Last year, there's a little stat. Last year, Williams was sacked around 10% of his dropbacks. This year, it's down to like 4%.
Mm.
So you're getting a much better play from that O line. There's a lot that this team has improved. So yeah, like Malin said, who would have thought the Bears would be in this position? Because apart from just coaching, everything else has seemed to be a mess. And they've cleaned up quite a lot. So it's great to see, and it's great for football, honestly.
Hey,
back to
Jalen,
the
before you go
number.
real quick, I just want to say this, and Nestor hit something, and Nestor was hitting on something. I think changing from a defensive coach to an offensive coach really helped Caleb Williams. it really gave him something else. And I've been saying that to a bunch of coaches around the league, that if you got a young guy, an offensive head coach is better than a defensive head coach. Now, the case of CJ Stroud, that's a little bit, but it's kind of starting to rear its ugly head down in Houston. But I still believe an offensive head coach for a young quarterback is better than a defensive head coach.
The Patriots would like to have a word with you on that statement.
Hold up. They got an offensive coordinator, though, that he's been working with. So that's different. That's different.
And that's the issue, too, right? With a defensive head coach, you get a really good offensive coordinator, and they show that they can do something with a young quarterback. That next season, people are interviewing them for a head coaching position, and you've got to replace them. That's the hardest thing when you hire a defensive head coach. You land up every couple of years, you're replacing your offensive coordinator, and that's a hard thing to do.
Hey, Josh Daniels ain't never getting a job again. Josh Daniels ain't never getting a job.
Like that. That's how the Patriots and the Seahawks are in two different positions right now with defensive head coaches. Is the QB keep fucking around and running this offense the way he does, and we make a deep run in the playoffs, we're going to be looking for a new OC. I'm not sure that Josh Daniels ever has it in him to want to take another head coaching spot. I think he is completely fine being an offensive coordinator.
I mean, I don't know if he has it. No, I'm sure he has it in him. But I don't know if there are owners out there that are that fucking dense that would hire him. Because
the Browns
the Browns. Well, it kind of reminds me. Of the Kansas City Chiefs defensive coordinator. What's his name? Because he was a head coach a couple of times. Yeah, and then and people said nah. No, I'm talking about the defensive coordinator, Spagnuolo. People like, nah, Spagnuolo ain't never getting a job again, just like Josh Daniels. He ain't never get a job again.
Don't forget the Falcons decided to hire Raheem Morris instead of Belichick a couple years ago. So there's some dumbass owners out there.
Well, that is true. I mean, money doesn't make you smart. It just makes you rich.
It just makes you rich. Yeah. There it is.
All right, let's get to the next game here. We can start to speed up these takes here because we've got a lot to get through here. So, let's get to the game before this one, the Bengals and the Ravens. Final score was 32-14, with Joe Burrow making his return to soil the Thanksgiving of the Baltimore Ravens. G-Money, what did you think of this one?
That was an outcome I did not expect, to be honest with you. In fact, I think I had Baltimore on the money line with one of my parlays, which obviously did not pay out. You look at, you got Joe Burrow coming back. You're like, okay, nice. But I think T. Higgins was out. And you got Jamar Chase, but you're still thinking, even though Baltimore's defense isn't that good, you know that Cincinnati's defense is fucking garbage. So you think, if nothing else, you just run the goddamn ball, and then you throw a few passes to, and you can win the game. That's not what happened. That is not what happened. And Joe Burrows went off on them. I'm like, what the fuck? What in God's name is going on here that I know, Baltimore, you don't have a very good defense. We've seen that throughout the season, that your defense isn't good. But we've also seen that your defense is better than Cincinnati's. And yet, at home, you basically looked at the clock and said, peace out, everybody. We're done.
Go ahead, June.
Let me tell you, living up here in the DMV, people have lost their minds this week over Baltimore. It was bad. mean, people talked about these guys coming back and winning the division. And I'm like, after that performance, I'm like, what are they doing? We got to start looking at the coaching at some point. We got to stop looking at the players, and we got to start looking at straight coaching at this point, because that was just asinine. That performance, you got Joe Burrow coming back. This dude came back and put that S on his chest and just lit their ass up. And I'm like, I understand he got Jamar Chase, he got T. Higgins, but bruh, he just got back after 6.5 weeks, right? Something like that. It was bad. You supposed to be making this run right now? Bruh, I didn't know who came back, Lamar or Joe Burrow at the time from injury. My God, it was a terrible performance by Baltimore. And these people up here in DC, they were not in Baltimore area. They're not kind right now to Baltimore. If they don't make the playoffs, I mean, seriously, if this team don't make that run and don't make the playoffs and don't win a playoff game this season, they're going to be calling for John Harbaugh's head, because this is going to be ridiculous at this point, because this division has slowed down to where there was a top division and now it's at the bottom, and Baltimore should be winning it. So I don't know.
Go ahead, Malin.
Yeah, I mean the strangest thing to me about this year is that the two teams that seemed like smarter than everybody else last year were the two teams that signed Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, and yet neither team wants to. They're not even attempting to repeat success. I don't understand. Derrick Henry had 10 carries for 60 yards. He had a 6-yard average, and he carried the ball 10 times. It doesn't make any sense. And to make matters worse, June, it wasn't just like 6 weeks. I'm pretty sure Joe Burrow got hurt week 1.
Mm.
I think that Joe Burrow's been out like the whole year except week 1. He comes out there and torches their ass. One of the things that I love about the last 2 years is hearing Ravens fans bitch about how they should have fired John Harbaugh and kept Mike McDonald and hired him as their head coach. I love hearing that type of talk. Makes me feel good. But no, I mean, I still think that the Ravens are going to end up winning the division. But I think they're going to get bounced when they do. They're just way too inconsistent. That defense can't stop a nosebleed. Lamar Jackson, he's still not right. We all know that. He came back from injury too soon. They're just trying to rack up some wins. They're going to try to take the training wheels off of him at the end of the season when it comes to crunch time, but maybe it's going to be too late. He re-aggravates an injury. I don't know. But anyone that comes out of the AFC North is just holding a W for somebody else that makes the playoffs at this point. I'm convinced of it. They're
Right.
just gonna be holding it for him. But like, come take it, fellas. We don't care. Come in our house and take it. We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, their stock has fallen worse than Under Armour's. Protect this house, my ass. They are just it's
Right.
yeah. That's my tip.
Go on, investor.
Yeah, the Cowboys are gonna lose because they keep kicking the fucking ball. 3-point conversions. Every time I look at Brandon Aubrey, it's like 21 points, 27 points, 40 points, Brandon Aubrey. Anyway, somebody put a damn bet on the damn kicker for the Cowboys. The Bengals upset the Ravens. Yeah, the Ravens suck. Sloppy football again, both sides of the ball. They haven't fixed their issues. Now, Lamar, 17 of 32 for 245 yards is a little bit alarming against the league's worst defense. So, Derrick Henry was good, but this is a team where sometimes when somebody's doing good, the other side of the team is busy collapsing. Defense was good in the first half. Second half, we have the defense making mistakes, and then they get better, but then you have the offense doing bad again. Then you have likely fumbling the ball. It's just a mess. This is not a team that is primed for a Super Bowl at all. So, yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Damn, Junior kickers got 21 points, man. That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And
Wild.
can the Cowboys please stop getting just penalty? Anyway,
Dak has 7 points, and Cowboys kickers got 21. That's wild.
Dude, if you guys can just get a touchdown instead of kicking the damn ball.
let's get to the last game here. Bills and Steelers. The final score was 26-7. This was looking like, for at least the first half, that the Bills were going to drop another game that they shouldn't. And it turned the complete opposite. Aaron Rodgers literally got bullied, and he didn't want to play anymore. So Mason Rudolph came out there, and the whole thing was just a mess quickly. Final score, like I just said, 26-7. G Money, what'd you think of this one?
Aaron should have retired 3 years ago. Should have just called it quits. He would have probably gone into the Hall of Fame, and now he's got 3 years, well, actually 2 years worth of crap on his resume. Here's the thing. The Pittsburgh Steelers have the most expensive defense in the league, and they couldn't stop anybody. You're spending all that money on defense that can't stop anybody. And then you have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, but you still haven't gotten out of your early 2005, 2006 offensive mindset. So you're still doing the things you did back then because, hey, you know what? They got you the playoffs. You went to the Super Bowl, hey, good things. But it changes. And Pittsburgh hasn't changed. Like not changing their coaches forever, basically letting them retire as opposed to firing them. Their team is a reflection of their coach. If you're stuck in the early 20 teens, that's how your team is going to play, like the 20 teens, not like the mid 2020s, where it's fast paced. And Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. I mean, it just seems to me watching him play like he's wondering if any of the decisions he made the last 3 years were worth it. I mean, financially, probably, but as far as looking at his stats and everything else, probably not. And it's got to be debilitating for DK Metcalf, who demanded a trade from Seattle, went to Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh traded Pickens to Dallas. And if you look at DK Metcalf's stats, it's like he fell off a ledge. So you've got an underperforming, over-expensive defense. You've got an AARP quarterback. You've got an O-line that isn't quite as good as it should be. And you've got a wide receiver you traded for that you could have just kept whoever you had at wide receiver, and they would have had the same production. Pittsburgh's done. I mean, they were done 5 games ago. But it's just the thought that, we've got a chance because it's the AFC North, and, nobody's really good. But, that it's not a good team. And when you watch them play, they're going to lose. You just aren't quite sure when that moment is going to happen, when the team they're playing has that offensive explosion and scores 2 or 3 touchdowns. And then at that point, there's no way that Pittsburgh is coming back from that. They can't do it. They're not built for that.
Go ahead, June.
Yeah, I think for the Steelers, it's just a sad. They just played. It's just sad. You watch the Ravens lose because they play before you on Thursday. You have a chance to really take back control of the division, and you don't do it. That comes down to Tomlin. Tomlin didn't do his job as a coach and showing the magnitude of what this game was. And then the Bills, hey, you got lucky that Pittsburgh did not play a great game for you. You know, they came out because you did not play well as a team. You only won because Pittsburgh played so bad, okay? Because we saw your stats and we saw the way they were playing. So I have to say this about both of these two teams. The Bills, the Steelers are what the Bills are going to be in the next 2 years.
Damn. How?
Wow. Yeah, that's
Well, I don't want you to answer that right now because we ain't got time for that. That's a wild take.
that,
Josh Allen's
that's
going to age by like 15 years in the next 2 years. So
Go ahead, man.
I don't know, man. I love seeing Aaron Rodgers fail. I love it, man. 10-21, 117. His nose was bleeding, got knocked out the game. You get to see Kyle Rudolph out there going 0 for 3, just chucking at dead ducks. I don't know, man. I love that Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay and doesn't even get the season that Brett Favre had in 2009 with the Vikings. Like, he never had that season. He wanted it so bad. Never had it. It's not materializing. It's wonderful. When it comes to the Bills, man, everyone puts all the hype on Josh Allen breaking that touchdown record by a quarterback on rushing. Who'd ever thought that Cam Newton would have nothing but an empty MVP in a lost Super Bowl because he wouldn't dive on a football? Because he doesn't even have any rushing records anymore. Lamar Jackson broke the yards, and Josh Allen broke his touchdown record, and the man's only been out of the league for what, 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of got to suck for him. But he's got big hats. He has really
he
big
has
hats.
a lot of
He has
those.
a lot of big hats. But you know why? Why did Buffalo win this game? It's amazing. It's almost like the Bills understand that they have a good running back. 32 carries for 144 yards. They ran the football. Are you kidding me? We still do this in the NFL. This is awesome. So that's why the Bills won. The crazy thing to me though, man, is some of these teams we've been talking about. Two of them are the 8-4 Bills and the 8-4 Eagles. And I don't know if it's all because we're pessimists or because the NFL is just that wide open, but we are shitting hard on a lot of 8-4 teams.
It's only
And
two.
Mm.
Only two
they
teams.
just well, if there were other 8-4 teams on the docket right now, we'd be shitting on them too. I think it just goes to the parity of the NFL, and like you just don't have that one standout that's like the two best teams in the NFL right now. But to be 8-4 and to have that many type of glaring holes that like the Bills and the Eagles seems to have, it's kind of funny to me. But yeah, the Bills are going to win the division. Well, no, they're not going to win the division. That's going to be the Patriots. But they're going to make the playoffs, and I don't know they'll be the Steelers in 2 years. But I will say this: Mike Tomlin needs to go. He needs to go.
Don McDermott too.
No, well, here's the only reason why I'll say Mike Tomlin is that ever since Ben Roethlisberger stayed longer than he should have, Mike Tomlin is not the type of coach that's going to give you a 4-win season and you're going to be in the top 10, be able to draft a quarterback. Like, you're always going to be drafting a Kenny Pickett or trying to get a Russell Wilson or an Aaron Rodgers. They're not even signing the right free agent quarterbacks. They're going to end up around 500. They're never going to get that franchise guy, and the franchise is never going to move forward because of it.
Yeah.
So Bill Walsh was famous for saying that, you have like a 10-year lifespan when you're a coach. After that, your message kind of gets lost. And we saw that in Seattle with Pete Carroll too. He's been there for a very long time. I know that he's never had a losing record, but he's not winning a bunch either. He has not won since 2016 in the playoffs. That's a long time. So we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, my Tomlin needs to go. Love you, Tomlin, but they score a touchdown, June. Is that what happened? Is that why you're doing the pew pew pew?
Yes,
Was
they
it
did.
Go.
No, it was not Pickens. It was not Pickens. It was Flannery.
Oh shit!
Really?
Hey, June, remember
Is
when I
that
had the
the
top off
receiver
the
they
ledge
need?
when you said the game was over?
Oh, he's
Remember when you
fucking
said
wide
the game-
open. Oh my God! I mean, how about covering
But
someone?
we got to
I
stop
mean,
him.
he was like 8 yards downfield, and there was no one around him. I mean, June, you could have made that catch and made a touchdown.
Well, damn. Well, damn.
I don't
Well,
know, man.
damn.
He still had to run like 20 yards into the end zone. 15.
June could have done that. I
I
have
think
the
21
utmost
could have happened.
faith in June being able to run 20 yards, make that
That's,
touchdown.
that's my
Because
quarterback.
21 he
That's
gave
my
up.
quarterback.
So June
All right.
could have hobbled into the end zone.
That's true. That's true.
Well, go ahead, Nestor. Talk to us about these Bills and these Steelers.
I'll keep this one short because I believe the Bills, the way it's going this season and the way it will go next season is more or less the same. They deserve everything bad that's about to happen to them. The Steelers now. The Steelers, the worst thing that could have happened to this team is how inconsistent their defense has become. This season they've been kind of show up sometimes, other times they don't show up. That was I think part of the team that would win them games when they didn't deserve to win. So just awful team, and yeah, Mike Thomas should probably see the exit now.
I agree with everything you guys just said, especially with the state of both of these teams. But I don't know, the AFC North, man, that division is so quickly gone. It's gone south. No pun intended, but
That was a good one. I like that one.
let's get to some news for the week. So, sticking with the AFC North, Mark Andrews, he got himself a new bag. 3-year extension from the Ravens. $39.3 million deal with 26 of it guaranteed. This came out of left field. What did you guys think of this one?
All you got to do is get 4 catches for 47 yards and a loss to the Bengals, and they'll pay you the bag, man. That was. I immediately went and looked at his stats on Thanksgiving, and I was like, "How did this man pull this out of a turkey's ass after that performance and a
Bro,
loss?"
after that performance in the playoffs last year, we had those
Yes,
drops.
thank you.
Jesus, why did they even keep him in the off season?
Well, because
What the
life moves on.
hell?
I mean,
There's so many great tight ends in college right now. You don't need to keep a veteran tight end anymore because these tight ends that's coming out of college, they are ready. Look at TJ Warren from Penn State. Look what the dude came in, and it's like he's been there forever. What was the tight end that the Colts had that wore number 44 before TJ Warren that played with Peyton Manning? Look at him. Came out of college and was ready. You don't need to keep a veteran.
Bowers in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't need a
He's got the
veteran tight
hairline
end.
of a 45-year-old, but he's a bride in Arizona.
Yeah. I mean, June's right. You do not need to pay that much money to your tight end. Yeah, if you're gonna spend money, you're gonna spend money on your quarterback and your O line or your D line. That's where you need to spend your money. I mean, they had Isaiah Lively. Now, granted, he was injured for a while, but still, I mean, last year, personally, I think he outplayed Mark Andrews. I think he did, and June's right. You can draft a tight. It's like paying a lot of money to a wide receiver when you can draft. If you're good at drafting, you can draft a wide receiver in their first, second, third round, fourth round, and have them for 3 to 5 years. You can do the same with a tight end. I mean, you're tying up money that you're going to need on a tight end who kind of blew your playoffs last year. I mean, if that's the case, shit. I'll play tight end. Give me money. I'll drop a pass. Hell, I'll fall down. I won't even get back up. I just think it was way too. I
wait a
think
second.
really, I don't know if he would have gotten that same money out on the if they had basically not signed him and then he was
Yeah.
a free agent next year. But you're gambling when you look at your team. There are a lot of needs.
All right. Next bit of news here. This one in the NBA. This was a weird one. So CP3 returned to the Clippers this offseason and announced that this was going to be his final season in NBA. He's going to be retiring. And then just recently here, the Clippers cut him, said goodbye. That is that. And apparently he had some issues like with Ty Lue, like he wasn't on speaking terms with him. I'm seeing June's reaction to what's going on here.
Here's the thing that really bothered me about the Chris Paul thing, Jalen, is first of all, man, like Chris Paul lives in LA. You're on the road in Atlanta. You can't even give the man a flight back home. Like, you just leave his ass in Atlanta. You're like, we're just going to release you unceremoniously. But then also put up this bullshit thing about how we're going to help him into his next stage in his retirement. It was like, bitch, that's what he was doing, playing one more year with you.
Right.
He was going into retirement. I guess you're helping him by making it happen faster, if that's what you mean by your press release. Just to leave the man in Atlanta, of all places. Like, you can't even come home. It was like the end of the road trip. They were flying back to LA that night. And they just left him in Atlanta. They're like, nah, man, you can't even fly back with us. Like, get you to Southwest or something. Like, that's just shit. I don't know. It's a sad way for his career to end a little bit, because he was one of the better players for a very long time.
Yeah.
But just, I honestly forgot he was still playing, to be honest with you. I forgot he was still in the league.
Me and Chris Paul are actually from the same hometown, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I knew his family growing up, and I was living in Dallas by the time he started going to Wake and all that. But I always knew his family, and our mother.
Yeah.
And
yeah. It's not good for Dallas.
And so and so I just feel sad that this is the way his career is going to end unless somebody picks him up. As basically they told him just to go home. And did they even cut him, or they just told him you're just on furlough? They might have put his.
They released him. I thought they released him.
Did they do a final release? Because I know the last thing I saw was that they
released him.
Okay, so they released him. But I think that's a bad way. And Tyronn Lue knows better than to act like this, especially to a veteran player. So I'm just sad the way his career is going to end, especially, again, since I know his family personally. And Chris Paul deserves better than this.
You want to hear a Cinderella inning for Chris Paul, Jalen? Let the Lakers pick him up, a team that he should have gone to years ago anyways. Ride the bench with LeBron James, win a championship with Luka, and retire.
Then you got to get rid of Bronny.
There you go. Okay.
You bring Bronny back.
So you just send Bronny back to the G League. Let Bronny get a lot of playing time in the G League. I mean, I'm pretty sure that LeBron would go, okay, yeah, we can do that. That's fine. But I mean, the crazy thing, right, is that it's not like CP3 is losing any money. Those contracts are guaranteed. And I guarantee you that if I were making $60 million a year and my company, basically I was down in Atlanta, we were doing something down there and they decided to fire me, I'd be calling up NetJets or something and taking a private jet back home. Because and if indeed, he told them that this was his last year, they decided to move on because maybe they didn't like his production and they just looked at where he was at. I mean, it's kind of crazy because I haven't looked at his production to see how many minutes he's played so far. But if he hasn't played that much, I mean, you still eat that. That's a salary cap hit. So it's not like you could cut him and then waive him and then go sign someone else because you have that cap space. You don't have that cap space. And if this was going to be his last year, unless it came down to him and the organization agreeing to like, okay, this is going to be your last year. We'll release you. We'll let you go. But still, it's not cool that you do that last game of the road trip and you leave him there. I mean, that's just a bad look. You know, it regardless of the fact that the man has a crap load of money and could indeed afford to fly back privately. It's just a bad look. And I would have expected a little bit better out of Ballmer, the owner of the team. Expected a little bit better from him. I would have thought he would have okay, fly him back. We all come back as a team and then tell him in LA, we're going to release you,
Yeah, that's
we're going to
some
move
stuff
on.
the other dude would pull.
Give you a chance to maybe hook up with a team at some point during the season that needs your skill set and is headed to the playoffs. I mean, I just think that it's a bad look for the Clippers. It would have been better off if they flown him back to LA and then sat down and said, okay, we understand this is going to be your last year. I don't know what our what we're looking at playoff wise, but why don't we release you and give you the opportunity to hook up with a team that really looks like, number one, it could use you off the bench and could go to the playoffs.
Right.
Speaking of teams that can go to the playoffs, I don't think I put this in the rundown, but Giannis is about to be traded.
Yes.
He is going to be
I heard that,
by the trade deadline. He's already been sidelined with this calf strain or whatever it is.
Did he fake that?
It sounds like I'm done playing for Milwaukee type of thing.
It looked like
the Mavericks could use Giannis. Can you imagine that?
But okay, so the Mavericks trading for Giannis. You're gonna have to trade them AD. They probably don't want AD.
I'm trading Cooper Flag. What you talking about?
Cooper Flag? What? Oh, Flag.
What's your where you at in the salary cap? Because understand that is high. That the higher you go in the salary cap, it gets more punitive. To include losing draft picks and everything else.
That's true.
So I mean, you want to look at who you can trade and who will trade for them. The Lakers can't afford that because they'd land up having to trade half their team, and I don't think they have any draft picks they have control of for a few years. So I mean, who do you trade? Giannis wants to go. Who has the salary cap and the draft picks to trade for him?
I heard there's some good Greek food in Boston. No, I'm kidding. It'll probably be Miami if I'm being honest.
I was about to say Miami. I was about to say Miami.
Pat Riley, he's always able to do shit like that, right? Like, always able to get somebody when you don't think he's able to get somebody. Right. I could see him going to Miami, or Philly loves to get older players. They love it. They would love to put Giannis with Paul George and broke ass Embiid. That would be awesome. Bet you forgot Paul George was still in the league, didn't you, June? Bet you forgot that.
Shit.
No, I forgot Embiid was still in the league.
Yeah, me too.
Got their team.
Trust the process. Trust the process.
With Maxi Pad and broke back the over there in Philly.
All right, let's get to some comments here. before we wrap things up with the Ride or Die in 5. So a lot of emotional comments this week. A lot of people arguing in the comment section, which
You mean like Philly fans?
I won't get into the weeds on some of these. That's y'all's business.
Throw the
on that
ball.
one.
Throw the ball. God.
But let's start off with NFL head coaches that need to be fired immediately. And mine was, of course, Raheem Morris. June also agreed in the comments. Raheem Morris. Nestor said Sean McDoofus.
Sean McDoofus.
Jay said, this is on TikTok, by the way. Jay said Jonathan Gannon in all caps.
Wow.
Little Will says Mike Tomlin. D. Dot says Mike McDaniel, so he can be the OC.
You gotta be
for
a
my
real
Eagles.
confident person to have your tag name be Lil Will. You gotta be a real confident person.
Yeah, I'm still on that.
L. Zarian says Kevin Patullo. Ricky says McDaniel and Carroll. Little Areola says Todd Bowles is a very correct
What's
answer.
going on?
Hey.
49ers, he just has a whole paragraph. Raheem Morris, Todd Bowles, Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, Sean McDermott, Dan Quinn, Mike McDaniel.
Damn.
Half the NFL.
Well, Dan Quinn is missing his quarterback, so I mean, you got to give the guy a little break for that.
Yeah, but this defense is still playing like crap, though. It's a total picture.
His defense is old. It's old.
Yeah.
Jalen, I got two names for you. I just want you to keep an open mind. This might seem self-serving to me, but I'm kind of thinking that Shanahan and McVay need to go. I think that they've run their time.
Get out of here.
In LA. I think those two teams could use a new voice.
Yeah, I mean, John McVay definitely needs to be fired. I swear to God, that man should be undefeated right now.
Go to the Browns.
He needs to go. And you know,
let him go to the Browns. Let Shanahan coach the Commanders once they get rid of Dan Quinn. Apparently, I don't know. Get those two out of my division. All right, continue.
There were a few people in here who are just rage baiting. Like some people said Sean Payton or Andy Reid. Andy Reid came up a couple times.
Those people are stupid.
There was a few Pete Carrolls in here. Kevin O'Connell came up once. Kevin Stefanski. People are upset. It's December. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
It sounds weird hearing that people want Pete Carroll fired, but at the same time, like, as someone that loves Pete Carroll, I can see it. I mean, you're doing worse than Antonio Pierce did.
Yeah, true.
And you got more talent than what Antonio Pierce had last year. So, I mean, I could see it.
And you probably should have never traded for Geno Smith.
I'm glad they did that.
I mean, we're thankful they did. That Geno just did not want to sign with us. I'm quite thankful for that, but they probably shouldn't have. Yeah, you know. When you look at the games and you look at who the teams, you know, as a coach, the teams you have to coach. Stefanski has been rolling through quarterbacks because they don't have one. Tomlin needs to go. It's just hard because the Rooney family does not fire coaches, but maybe he takes a good look and he steps away. I don't know if he will, but there were rumors about him stepping away and taking the Penn State job. And that never works well for an NFL coach either. You know, go from the NFL to college.
No. What? That doesn't?
When was the last time an NFL coach?
Pete Carroll.
He wasn't a head. Well,
he was. Okay. We're going
Pete
down a
Carroll
rabbit
was the
hole.
head coach of Patriots,
This is a very
and he
was.
became the head coach of USC and became one of the greatest head coaches of all time in college.
Well, he was like
was.
what? 1 year. I mean, it was like he was like 1 or 2 years at New England.
He could,
And aside from the fact that they torpedoed him.
So
Anyway,
Jackson
okay. We will continue this conversation at a later date.
June's just poking the bear here.
I'm just saying. I'm
I
just
know. All
saying.
right, Jackson Dart. Let's talk about Jackson Dart.
All right. So the Jackson Dart play of him getting bounced out of bounds. People in the comments here said, Jordan says, bro took that hit better than the Giants fans. Sloth Rage says, can't turn up field on the sidelines and not expect to get decks. Got to be smarter than that.
Pass interference.
Unless you're Mahomes.
Someone else says he's going to be the next RG3. The Jizzler says he was obviously going out of bounds. Leading that hit with your helmet was just straight up unnecessary. I've seen hits 3 times weaker get flagged. A push would have sufficed. I'm a Saints fan, so there isn't really a bias to my opinion.
Should have an opinion.
He got into an argument with Lil Areola came in and started arguing with him.
The Areola.
Lil Areola and the Jizzler getting into it.
What is going on?
These names are out of control, bro.
Like the Jizzler and Fat Man.
Jesus, they need to get off the computer and go do some laundry and turn in some resumes. That's what needs to happen.
Did you just call?
Hey, I didn't have to do that during COVID.
All right. The Drake May MVP conversation. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are just kind of co-signing, saying, you know, he's a walking 200 plus yard a game player, 2 touchdowns.
They called that pass.
People getting into, I mean, there was a very long argument here. I just wanted
it's
to
funny
get
when people get the arguments on our threads.
Watch them kick the ball again.
It is.
Watch them kick the ball again.
Philly panic button, like the level of concern from the Philly fans right now. This is what I wanted to mention here real quick. We have someone said 0 because it's a football game that I cannot control, and the outcome of the game / season will have no impact on my life.
Okay.
And then June
sounds like he's an AA
said,
because he's like a month sober.
Why even answer?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it does have an impact on your life. That's why you answer.
Okay.
Brandon Aubrey is about to kick another field goal.
Yeah, they are.
They call pass
I cannot
interference.
fucking believe this shit. Yo, somebody bet on it. Something with that kicker this game.
If someone bet, it's one of the prop bets where was that Aubrey would make 4 field goals of over 50 yards, and he makes this. You know,
what are we doing right now? What are we doing?
You're kicking a field goal, man. With like 3:45 left. You want to, and because you need 2 scores, right? So
I mean, we played better in the second half of the game, so I can't be mad because we have played better in the second half of the game.
Well, except for that first series.
All right.
We got pushed through.
Let's just go right instead of ride or die in 5 here.
Yeah, ride or die in 5.
Oh God, let's not.
Need to make let's rapid fire through these. We don't need a long explanation, but behind the reasons here. Last week, we all went 3-2 besides Nestor, who went 2-3. The only person to hit their lock was Malin. The rest of those locks went down the drain quickly. I think by
my God,
most of them are out of the picture. Yeah.
Fucking Baltimore.
Yeah. Thank you.
I got gaslit into choosing them.
Baltimore
picking
just
them again.
gaslit the entire betting community. Fucking bastards.
All right. Let's get to the first game here. We have
Hey, what?
Sunday at 1:00. Steelers at Ravens. Ravens are 5-point favorites. G Money, who are you picking here?
Well, both teams suck. I hate the game. I hate both teams. But historically, Pittsburgh is, even when they've lost, they kept the games close. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh plus the points.
Okay. I am taking Baltimore to cover here. To be honest, whether it's Aaron Rodgers playing or Mason Rudolph, doesn't really matter. The Ravens need they need to handle their business. If they are not going to come out and win this by convincingly, if they entertain the Steelers, the Ravens' playoff chances of making the playoffs or doing anything in the playoffs, forget about it. Like from here on out, they should be in emergency mode. So give me the Ravens to look like the Ravens again here. Go ahead, June.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens in this one.
Malin.
I'm taking the Ravens, and I really hope that they watch the Buffalo and Pittsburgh game and realize, let's give Derrick Henry the ball. Let's not fuck around and find out on this one. I haven't even heard about Aaron Rodgers and whether or not he's even playing. I think Mason Rudolph is going to end up starting this game. So I don't like that at all for Pittsburgh. I'm going to go and take Baltimore -5. Scary though.
Nestor.
I'll take the Ravens in this one. Steelers are just bad. So yeah, Ravens.
Motherfucker.
All right. Next game, we've got the Commanders and the Vikings. This is in Minnesota. And
Why would you pick this game?
The Vikings are 1.5-point favorites. And the reason I picked this one is simply because this seemed like an easy decision for me to take the Commanders plus the 1.5 here. From what I saw from Minnesota last week, I don't ever want to pick them to do anything ever again. Ever. So give me the Commanders plus 1.5. If that gentleman that started last week is playing again this week, God help him. Go ahead, June.
Yeah, give me the Commanders at the plus 1.5. I think they can pull this game out. Even if McCarthy is playing, I still think Minnesota is just that bad.
Malin.
I'm taking Washington on this one. Minnesota just doesn't have an offense because they don't have a quarterback. Why? Because the quarterback plays for us in Seattle. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Washington. And I think Mariota, man, he played pretty well on that loss. It took him to overtime. He had that offense gelling a little bit. So we'll go ahead and ride with the Commanders.
Nestor.
Yeah, that Vikings defense has been burning me all season. It's tough because Commanders have a bad away record, but the Vikings also have a bad home record. Give me the Commanders.
And G Money.
Yeah, I'm with all of you, the Commanders. Mariota is a better quarterback than J.J. McCarthy, who probably will be starting, or whoever it was they started against us last week, who we just fucking abused. Could all of a sudden watching that game, that they had no quarterback, and they do not have a quarterback. And as Melon said, their quarterback plays for us. Their other quarterback plays for Indianapolis. They didn't keep either one of them. They went with JJ, and JJ sucks. And whoever their backup is, Brome, my God. Any of us should be playing quarterback for them. We could do just as well.
This is the fourth time that we've suggested that one of us should be playing on an NFL roster.
As we should. I mean, let's be honest. We watched that game. We could have played.
Last year, we went from we could be coaching an NFL team together, to now we could be suited up on the field. That's
You know what? I can hand the ball off and crawl up in the and fold up into the fetal position, and still be better than fucking Braun was.
So
Yeah,
Washington
it was
is what I'm
terrible.
hearing.
yeah, everyone's taking Washington.
All right. Next game we've got the Bengals and the Bills in Buffalo. Buffalo are 5.5 point favorites here. June.
I gotta take the Bills on this one. I don't care what the Bengals did last week. I don't think they could do that to Buffalo. So give me the Bills to win.
Go ahead, Malin.
I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna take Cincy on this one. I just have a little bit of a feeling with Burrow. I think that Buffalo, man, that offense took a lot to get going
Jesus
against
Christ.
Pittsburgh's defense, which was bad. And I don't know, that Buffalo offense just doesn't seem to be in sync all the time. And Burrow seems to be wanting to prove a message about, hey, we might not make the playoffs this year, but I want you to think about us all offseason before I hurt myself again in the first 3 weeks next year. So yeah. Bam! Another touchdown for Gibbs. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, if
Damn.
the damn coach for the
But I'm
Cowboys
not going to
would have
make the
not
playoffs
kicked the
because, quite
ball so much.
frankly, Gibbs is just giving me a shitload
Oh
of
wow!
points.
Like it's almost like
Gibbs,
that was a fucking idiotic decision to kick the ball like 5 times.
he just tied Barry Sanders for most touchdowns before you turn 24 years old.
This coach is
Think
making
about
McDoofus look like a genius.
Didn't he spend like 2 years being the backup to Montgomery?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
Schottenheimer just shot his team in the foot multiple times.
We got 2 more games to pick. Then we can talk about how bad the Cowboys lost it.
Yeah. Go, Malin. You didn't go yet, did you? No, sorry. You said the Bengals.
Yeah, I said Bengals.
Nestor.
Yeah, give me the Bengals. Yeah, maybe the Bills win, but not by more than a 5.5. I don't trust them. Defense is bad. Burrow could light them up potentially. Give me Cincy.
G Money.
Keep it short and sweet. Give me Cincy.
I'm in agreement with you guys here. Cincy seems to have they got the quarterback back. Buffalo, I don't trust them with a pair of safety scissors. So, yeah. All right, next game, night game, Houston and Kansas City, playoff rematch here. Kansas City's at home, 3.5 point favorites. Malin, go ahead.
I'm taking Texas on this, or Houston. I'm taking Houston. I don't trust Kansas City's offense. I know they don't have a run game. The Texans' defense is for real. I am still surprised that the Seahawks have scored more points than anybody else on that Texans defense, because our offense didn't look that good against the Texans defense when we beat them. That defense is for real. Kansas City's defense is giving up more fourth quarter leads this year than they had in the 5 seasons previous combined. That's one of the reasons why they're not winning those 1-score games in the fourth quarter. So I'm going to go ahead and take Houston on this one.
All right. Sorry, the broadcast is showing Martha Ford, the owner of the Lions, and
yes,
man, she was there when the Model T was made. The first one came.
Look at that. Firestone Ford. So not only do they make cars, but they make tires too. How much money do you think he has?
I got Firestone tires on my car right now.
There you go. It's not even a Ford car either.
Helping out Detroit. There you go.
Oh shit!
She's
the
got
fuck did you make that catch? My God, Pickens.
All right,
All
Nestor.
right. Yeah, go ahead, Nestor.
Give me Kansas City plays well at home. The only thing that bothers me is that 3.5. But give me Kansas City. I know Houston's defense is good. They're still Houston. Give me Kansas City.
G Money.
So the Texans defense, people say is pretty good. It's the number one defense in the NFL. And we all know that Chiefs really don't have a running game. And they don't run very often anyway, which is crazy. I'm taking the Texans. Give me the points, and I'm
Yeah.
rolling with the Texans.
That's what I'm talking about.
I am also taking the Texans here, plus a 3.5 on the road. Kind of for the same rationale as the last game. Like one team is kind of on the up right now. The other team, I have no idea what team you're getting with the Chiefs week by week. So, yeah, give me the Texans and the 3 points. Don't think they'll maybe win the game. I think it'll be close. So, June.
Yeah, give me the Texans to cover the 3.5.
All right. Last game here, the Monday night game. We have got the Eagles going to LA to play the Chargers, and the Eagles, even on the road, are 2.5 point favorites here. So, Nestor.
I don't trust the Chargers. Give me the Eagles. There's bound to be a little bit of a comeback moment for the Eagles right before their eventual demise in the playoffs. So give me the Eagles in this one, just because it's the Chargers.
All right, G Money.
So I'd already decided before Malin did his little post about Carter being out, having surgery. And if you've watched Philly, and I have watched, without Jalen Carter, their run defense is abysmal. And Philly going to the West Coast the last four years are 2-7 against the spread. I'm going to take the Chargers, even though Herbert's got an issue with, it's going to have surgery on his hand or whatever. I don't care. My thought is they're going to run all over. They're just going to run the fucking ball. That's what Harbaugh wants to do anyway, is run the goddamn ball. And they're going to run the ball down Philly's throat. So give me Philly. I'm sorry. Give me the Chargers plus the points.
Oh, this is one of those games. This is a Nestor pick for me. This is one of those games I'm going to pick the Eagles to cover. But I want to be wrong. I can't lose here in my mind. So give me the Eagles to cover
Hey.
on the road.
I picked Kansas City because if they lose, it's over. I like that.
June, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm picking. I can't even fucking say it because my mouth got a fucking acid taste as I try to speak the words. But I'll pick Philly in this game to cover the 2.5.
Don't.
Malin.
Should I have kicked the ball so many damn times?
I am going to take the Los Angeles Chargers on this one. It is half just looking at the two teams and the direction they're going, and half just hating Philly. I made an emotional pick against Philly last week, I think, and it worked out for me.
There you go.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Chargers on this one. Makes me a little nervous. So many people are taking the Eagles. You guys lack the courage of your convictions. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the Chargers.
I want to be wrong.
Yeah, I think we all want to be wrong over
June
here.
wants to be wrong.
All right, let's get to our locks for the week. So for those at home that are new to this is where we give you one pick, whether it's just a single pick or a parlay that we are guaranteeing, something that we are completely secure on. happening this weekend. So you can get as creative as you would like. And who would like to kick us off?
I'll go.
Oh, come on.
Now, we all will go. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right, let me get the keyboard out.
Okay. So I have a 17 parlay,
Good God.
Holy
which I will be betting Saturday at Emerald Queen because the state of Washington does not allow online gambling. So this is my parlay, and it's a combination. So I have Seattle money line, I have Cleveland money line, I have Jacksonville plus the 1.5, I have the Jets +3, I have Denver at the money line, Rams the money line, and the Chargers the money line. And on DraftKings, a $10 bet will win you $244.75.
damn.
Amen.
Okay.
Take those.
Take that.
Malin, did you want to go next?
Yeah. Now, this is different for me, guys. As I've only been doing, over-unders and only doing one, but I decided to spruce it up a little bit. And I actually have a 6-team parlay.
Oh, God.
All money
Oh.
line. Okay. I'm taking Seattle to beat Atlanta. Taking Baltimore to beat Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Tampa to beat New Orleans. 3. Taking Jacksonville to beat Indy.
Okay.
4. Taking Denver to beat Vegas. That's 5.
Mm-hmm.
I have Rams beating Arizona at 6. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make it a 7 with Miami beating the Jets.
What? I wouldn't do that one.
Yeah, you know.
I wouldn't do that shit.
But that's too
When was the
far.
last time Miami
I wouldn't
won
do
a
that shit.
game
I wouldn't
on
do
the
that
road
shit.
when
You
it
just
was
fucked
my
up.
150 degrees?
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Okay, everybody else said if you're listening to this, don't take that last one.
I'm feeling it.
I'm just
It's
saying,
his
Miami hasn't won a game on the road
Okay,
when
can I
it's
go?
been under 50 degrees
Oh,
since
Nestor, you got one?
Dan Marino was the quarterback.
I've been watching you guys lose these big ass parlays all year. It's my turn to lose one.
He's like,
Apparently.
let me lose one of
I-
these.
I've won a few. I've won a couple. Haven't lost all of them. Thank you, sir.
Go ahead, June.
Yeah, mine is short and sweet. I looked at it and bet MGM. If you don't bet MGM, they got the Bears +6.5 to Green Bay this weekend. I'm taking the Bears all day long, baby.
Okay.
Pick.
You guys know it's going to be like 9 degrees or something like that.
Mhm.
God.
It's going to be cold as shit.
But we just walked.
And we're
home
supposed to get snow tomorrow in DC.
We just walked
Damn.
home in 20-degree weather, and I wanted to kill myself there. 9. You got me fucked up. My lock this week is I'm going back to my roots here. Over under, taking the under in the Indy and Jacksonville game, under 48.5. Did some
That's a good
consulting here and decided that this was the best route because my locks have not been locking in recent weeks here. So also shout out to CD Lamb once again for ruining another parlay of mine where he was supposed to catch 6.5 balls and then got knocked out at 6. So
Damn.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh,
He had like
that
160
that hurts.
didn't he?
That hurts.
He would
once
have.
again,
How many times that man fuck you up, man? Man, that man got you fucked
ban
up.
him. I need to ban him.
You got to fly down to Dallas and talk to that boy.
Go ahead. Mister.
The way you said that, Gary, it sounded a little weird.
little sus.
It's a little charged up.
Brandon
Little
Aubrey
sus.
is trying to kick the ball again. He just doesn't realize the game ended. Schottenheimer is trying to.
Nestor's lock is Brandon Aubrey over 40 kicking attempts.
My lock is Seahawks to win, Rams to win. That's my lock.
Kiss my ass, man. What the fuck is that? Like when you do this shit. I'll take the Dolphins off of mine if you take the Seahawks off of yours.
Please do.
What the hell? Oh man.
I'm surprised nobody took mine. I'm surprised nobody had mine in their parlay.
The Cowboys?
No,
He's saying the Bears.
Oh, the Bears. I don't know, man. I want to stay away from that one just because of the weather. I don't like when weather is going to have that much of a possible factor in a game.
and that's why I think 6.5 is crazy.
It's wild.
All right, let me recap real quick here. First game, G Money is taking the Steelers plus the 5. The rest of us are taking the Ravens. We're all taking the Commanders plus 1.5 against the Vikings. Excuse me. Next game, Cincinnati and Buffalo. June is taking the Bills. The rest of us are taking the Bengals. Houston and KC. Nestor is taking KC minus 3.5. The rest of us are taking Houston. Next one here, Philly and LA. Nestor and Malin are taking LA plus 2.5. Myself, June, and G Money are taking the Eagles minus 2.5.
I'm taking the Eagles too.
Oh, you're taking it. Okay, so just
Yeah,
Malin.
that's just me on that one.
Okay.
I thought G Money picked them too.
No, G Money pick. G Money, who you pick on that? What was that game? The
Chargers,
Eagles game.
Philly.
You took Eagles.
I took the Chargers.
Oh,
The
okay.
Chargers game. I took the Chargers
Okay.
because I said because the other with Jalen Carter being out, their run game looks bad. I mean, the run defense looks bad. Plus, they're 2-7 against the spread, going East Coast to West Coast the last like 4 years. So I mean, even with the Chargers quarterback maybe playing, maybe not playing, I don't think it makes a lot of difference. I think they're going to run down Philly's throat.
All right, and then the locks here. I took Indy and Jacksonville under 48.5. G Money took Seattle to win, Cleveland to win, Jacksonville plus 1.5, Jets plus 3, Denver to win, Rams to win, and Chargers to win. Malin took Seattle to win, Baltimore to win, Tampa to win, Jacksonville, Denver, Rams, and Dolphins all to win. June took the Bears plus 6 points. Simple. Nestor took Seattle and the Rams to win. All good?
All good. Still mad at Nestor for that, though.
You started it.
So I need to slow some
Hey, I've actually been hitting locks. That's all I'm saying.
I think we've all hit locks.
Winning locks. Locks.
All right, folks. That is going to do it for this week's episode. We will be back, I guess next time you'll see us Sunday night to recap whatever that game is. I think it's we just mentioned here, I think it's the Houston KC game.
Yeah, it is. That'd be a good one.
Yes, so thank you all for watching. If you want to follow us on social media, it's linked down in the description below. Follow the show. You can follow June individually. If you're a Cowboys fan, you guys can go over there and bring him tissues in the comments. Do your thing. We will see you all real soon. Have a good weekend. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.